All right, boys, we're going down under. Come on and watch. You know you want to. All right, so today's job is I need to replace this gasket that's under the transfer case oil pan. It's been leaking. It's been leaking since I've owned this Jeep, which has been quite a while. And every spring I add more gear lube to the transfer case. In this case, I'd like to try and stop that. The first thing I need to do, though, is I need to pull this skid plate, and fortunately that is not going to be too difficult because there are 4 screws, and the screws are stainless, so they should come off without a hitch. Besides that, all the oil that's in there is going to keep them well lubricated. Okay. Yes, indeed. Well lubricated. Oh my God, there's oil everywhere. My wife says to me the other day when she's washing this shirt, she says, "You know you got oil all over it." My response was, "Honey, I know. I guess this is now a Jeep shirt." Should be a nut and a washer. Alright, one more. How in the hell am I going to get at that? Hi there. Of course, the worst part about this is going to be holding on to the pan because it is not light. So you don't worry about it. I lost my nut. I found my nut. We're good. So even though I'm pretty confident that this is pretty dry, I am not going to pull that pan without first draining it or making sure that it's drained. Whoa! Okay. So I guess whoever did this originally thought if you tightened it up tighter it would leak less. I need a bigger wrench. Not only a bigger wrench, but a bigger hammer. That bugger is not moving at all. There we go. What do you think, boys? Thread sealer on this? Oh, there's still more in there. Alright, let's let that drain and we'll come back and take that pan off. So this is the lower oil pan for the transfer case, and I need to get that out of there. And I don't think any of this is going to be in the way. I hope not. I hope it all works fine. So I need wrenches that are what size? they this size? They are not that size. It's 1/2 inch. Let's see how this works. And is there one over here I can get? I can get it barely. I'm gonna have to switch to something else. All else fails. Go to a box end wrench. There's a god after all. Yeah, you stay up there. This is when you wish you had a lift. Come on. There it is. Alright. Unused gasket. Alright, I'm gonna go have some lunch. And while I am going to soak all of these bolts and washers and nuts in gunk super degreaser because they are a mess.
Come home from work, bring in some friends. Why did such a thing make you uptight and tense? Your high-strung babe.
I'm going to scrape the crud off here, and right now I just got to get as much of the oil and dirt off. All right, we're going to use a little carb cleaner in here. I also want to try and clean this up a little bit with some 220 sandpaper and a sanding block. Make sure I get any rust scale or any of that kind of stuff off. Go ahead and clean this with a carb cleaner again. I got to get this lower pan or this pan cleaned up. So we're using just grease lightning. I like grease lightning. I've cleaned entire machines with grease lightning. Good stuff. All right, I'll bring you back when it's all clean. We also need to clean these nuts and bolts. Cool beans. Now I know there's a lot of folks who have said there's no need to use gasket sealant if you're using a gasket. Well, I'm going to take the coward's way out on this one because this has got some highs and low spots in them. I went and took this onto an anvil and a hammer, and I tried to flatten this out, but I've still got a few bumps in here, and I don't need this thing to leak again, so I am going to use some of this on both sides of the gasket. here. Go in so much easier than they came out, for sure. I am missing a bolt. How can I be missing a bolt? It's impossible. I'm missing a bolt. I have found my last bolt. Getting this one in is going to be not fun. Alright guys, we're going to wait until tomorrow. Give all that gasket sealant a chance to do what it's supposed to do. And then I'll put the gear oil in and we'll be done. See you guys tomorrow. Alright. Obviously it's the next day. We need to install the drain plug before we add the oil. I am putting just a little bit of thread sealant in here. Not a whole lot here. All right. Nice. Alright, let's put some oil in this thing. So the next thing that needs to come out is the fill plug. And I know this should be loose because I've had to do this every year since I've owned the Jeep because it leaked. And one fill plug. Okay. This will either work cool as shit or it's going to be a total disaster. And who am I to judge? Alright. You know, when you make videos, you're constantly thinking about what's the best angle, what's the best shot, how do I show the process the best. And this was one of the tougher ones for me because I didn't know where it would show up the most. And I still don't know that this is the best angle, but from under here, it's kind of cool. Bought this little pump at Harbor Freight. I needed something quick and dirty. And I think it cost me $10 for this pump. And of course, because we don't have sales tax in New Hampshire, it was literally $10. This is when the 5 hours later comes in. Yep, there we go. There we go. Now she's a happy camper. Now the part about this I haven't figured out yet is when I pull this plug, how do I keep it from linking all over the place? The answer is, I don't know. One plug. Okay. One wrench. Okay. Okay. I still need to put the skid plate on, but I'm going to do that off camera. The reason is I need to make sure that my repair is working, that the gasket is not leaking. The problem is if I put the skid plate back on right now, I won't be able to do any additional tightening or repairs because I can't get at it unless I pull the skid plate down. So I'm going to give it a couple days with the fresh gear oil in it to make sure that that gasket is not leaking, because that gasket for years and years, inside of a year, would leak out almost all of the fluid, and I don't want to go through this anymore. More projects coming. The things that I want to do to the 3 Jeeps that I own is probably endless. That is the way of antique vehicle ownership. And anyway, guys, I really appreciate you being here. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you in the next video.